everyone. I'm so happy to welcome you to our e-discovery exchange conversation today. My name is Anne Halter, and I'm a partner in the e-discovery analysis and technology practice group, or EDAP for short. Today, we're celebrating the 9th annual World E-Discovery Day. And to commemorate the occasion, I'm joined by my friends and colleagues, Carolyn Austin and Krysta Slavik. Carolyn is the Director of Practice Innovation and is part of the K&L Gates Legal Operations team. In her role, Carolyn heads up the global innovation initiatives of K&L Gates, and she's also responsible for the firm's global knowledge management. Carolyn is a founding member of the firm's AI Solutions Group. Now, she started out her career as a commercial litigator, and she credits her experience with e-discovery as the catalyst for inspiring her to pursue a career that combines legal operations, innovation knowledge management, and technology. And I have to note that today Carolyn is joining us all the way from Sydney, Australia. So this really is a world e-discovery exchange. Krysta Slavik is the K&L Gates EDAT Solutions Analyst. In this role, Krysta focuses primarily on solutions, innovation, and automation within the e-discovery and legal technology spaces. Krysta works closely with case teams and clients to create custom solutions and workflows for complicated issues that arise within the discovery phase of litigation and other legal proceedings. Krysta also works closely with practice group leadership to identify, evaluate, and procure new and emerging technologies and automation solutions. And then she helps to design and manage the workflows and implementation, training and user adoption of those technologies within the EDAT group, as well as the broader firm. Krysta, I should note, is a 2022 K&L Gates Innovation Award winner. She's a certified Nuix Master, a Reveal Certified Genius, a BrainSpace Certified Admin, and also holds a number of other certifications in a wide range of legal technologies, including logical, Smartsheet, relativity, legal AI prompting, and project management. So thank you both Krysta and Carolyn for joining us today in this conversation about artificial intelligence and e-discovery. So to kick us off, Carolyn, AI seems to have captured everybody's attention over the past couple of years, but there's still some confusion about what it is. What does artificial intelligence really mean, and how is it different from the technologies that we already know and use?
Thanks very much for having me today. I appreciate the opportunity. Artificial intelligence, as you know, is not new. So it's important to understand, I think, the continuum on which we find ourselves as we now talk about the next generation of artificial intelligence in the context of generative AI. So we have been using, as you know, artificial intelligence-enabled tools in our e-discovery and due diligence practice for many years. In fact, K&L Gates was one of the early adopters in this space. So what is different now is that the technology has taken a transformative step towards being able to deliver on use cases that previously had not been possible, and being able to unlock opportunities in our legal services delivery that have not previously been possible. And those, not to go into the technology of it, really to concentrate on the practical impact of generative AI on legal practice. We're talking about new use cases that will enable us to generate summaries, documents, to be able to unlock new data sets inside of suites of documents, to be able to provide us with new searching across legal knowledge, internal and also our external legal knowledge sources. And so that's really exciting, but it also comes with a responsibility to understand what new challenges or risks there are in this technology, and to be able to, comprehensively, as far as we can, mitigate and manage for those risks. So that's really, practically speaking, I think where we're coming from at the moment. But I want to throw to Krysta, who can talk with a lot more detail around what's happening in the e-discovery space.
I think it's a really exciting time. As you both noted, we've been really using AI tools for quite some time, but the emergence of generative AI really kind of just steps that up to the next level, where instead of just kind of using machine learning, which really is pattern recognition, the tools are really starting to be able to kind of learn and think more like a human would, and really allows them to kind of problem solve and have that complex thinking and reasoning, which can really streamline a lot of work that up until this time really had to be performed by a human.
Thanks, Krysta. So, Carolyn and Krysta, how is AI, and in particular generative AI, changing the practice of law? And how is our firm beginning to employ that AI?
Well, our approach to generative AI is that we were pretty quick to understand the impact of this on our profession, and so we set up the AI Solutions Group pretty early on, and we were charged with taking a deep dive into how this would impact our practice and how it would impact the way in which we provide legal services and potentially unlock new value for clients. And it also opened up some other possibilities as well. So within the AI Solutions Group, our approach is really to take a balanced approach across understanding and exploring those new opportunities, but also doing so in the light of our preeminent obligations as legal practitioners. So we know that as lawyers, our clients rely on us to provide the utmost ethical standards of legal professional conduct, and to be responsible to ensure that any technology that we do employ for their benefit is going to be employed in a way that is thoughtful, responsible, and entirely transparent. And so we have been working on a number of fronts, and I want to just really at a high level point out 4 things that we've been doing. One is to investigate how we may incorporate generative AI into our current business model, and we're doing that with our practices on a really detailed level. How can we use this tool effectively to drive efficiency, productivity, and value for clients? The other one is to explore technology, both internally developed technology and what is available in the market, so we can evaluate and bring the best tools to the table. Thirdly, it's around providing a network internally. So we have AI liaison partners in each of our practices who work very hard to ensure that we are understanding and answering the questions that are keeping our clients up at night and bringing that thought leadership to the table. So that's a really important part. And fourthly and finally, equally important, is educating all of our people, raising the level of generative AI understanding and fluency so we can both mitigate risk and open up the possibility of using this tool in really interesting ways.
Great. Thanks, Carolyn. Now, Krysta, turning to eDiscovery in particular for a second, how will and how is AI starting to change eDiscovery, and what AI tools are there for eDiscovery? What are we in the K&L Gates EDAT group testing right now?
Yeah, I think it's a really exciting time in eDiscovery because, as I noted, we've kind of been using AI for quite some time in the sense that it's not generative AI, but rather machine learning, which is in the same kind of wheelhouse there. But newer and integrated technologies into document review platforms are really transforming document review and case insights. AI for document review can really assist attorneys to get to the good stuff much, much quicker by applying AI models and upgraded AI algorithms within your data set. And honestly, as data sets continue to get larger and larger, AI is really coming to the forefront at a great time because it will really help aid in the reduction of time to get what you need a lot quicker. In terms of tools, we're moving quickly to adopt AI-assisted tools for things like data breach response, PI detection, both of which will really streamline the review and creation of the supporting documentation you need for workflows such as, DSAR response and data breach. We're also exploring AI-powered chatbots to help with a myriad of tasks, things like case intake, Q&A, knowledge management. Those are all really prime for the use of AI. We're also exploring early release opportunities with integrated AI assistance and AI powered review tools within document review platforms. A lot of them, Relativity, Reveal, they're really working hard to integrate really robust AI systems into their platforms, and it's really going to start setting them apart. Like I said, I think it's a really exciting time in e-discovery specifically.
So, Krysta, thinking about specific e-discovery functions along the EDRM model, are there any specific functions that you think are really primed for the introduction of AI tools? And where do you expect those changes might occur first?
I think first and foremost, within the document review space, a lot of tools are starting to roll out AI assistance into document review platforms, which allows you to really have a question and answer kind of exchange within the platform. So instead of, reviewing 10,000 documents and an attorney is tagging, certain ones as hot, and then you have to have this additional work of kind of creating maybe chronologies or creating summaries based on certain key players. AI can do is you can ask it a question within your review platform and say, hey, who is player X, for example, and the tool will, some of them are already doing this, others are working to roll this out, but what it will be able to do is tell you exactly who player X is and give you a list of supporting document IDs to support its finding. And it can do that not just with who is, but what is this event or what happened on this certain date. AI can then pour through documents very, very quickly and then give you a nice summary of what you're looking for with all the supported documentation, which I think is really, really exciting because, as I noted, as data sets continue to get larger and larger and larger, it's coming at a really good time to be able to aid review lawyers and lawyers in general with compounding all of that information very, very quickly to get you what you need as quick as possible with a level of confidence that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, you've mentioned a couple of times now that the data sets are getting larger and larger. And already there's been some discussion about how AI might displace e-discovery practitioners. But in my view, I think AI is just forcing those practitioners to really evolve their practice and their skill sets because the legal issues associated with AI in the legal profession and in discovery in particular aren't going away. Although the tasks may evolve, I think they will still land firmly in the hands of the e-discovery practitioners. What do you think?
Yeah, I hear that a lot, that kind of fear, which is definitely a warranted of AI is displacing folks and in the work that they're doing. But I kind of look at it rather as an evolution of what we're doing. And I think roles will start to evolve and shift. But I think it's going to allow us to really support our clients a lot better. You're going to not need as much time to do these complex document reviews, which just allows you to kind of get to the good stuff and that more complex lawyer work much, much faster, which I think is a good thing. And you're always going to need technical folks to administer any type of technology. And I think those roles will maybe evolve a little bit. You might not need as many folks to do one thing. They might be spread out over, a myriad of tasks. But I think also, firms are starting to, not just firms, but corporations as well, are really starting to look at data science teams. And so I think it's going to create a number of jobs, especially within a law firm, because historically law firms haven't really had large teams of data scientists and AI folks. But I think that's going to start to shift. And specifically within e-discovery, like I said, I think roles will start to kind of shift and move, but I don't see a ton of folks being out of a job. I think it's just going to really allow us to do our jobs better. Less busy work and more of folks doing the work that they really love to do, that really meaty, hands-on, complex work that AI probably, well, may never be able to do. So it's less kind of busy work essentially, and more of that work that they actually want to do, which I think is a good thing.
Thank you, Krysta. So we're nearing the end of our time, but I wanted to ask you both one final question. Could you name just one key AI risk that keeps you up at night?
Okay, so I don't think there's just one, but in the interest of time, I think that we always need to be vigilant. This is an ever-changing area. The wheel is still spinning. And so I think we need to be really cognizant of the fact that we cannot become complacent. We cannot rest on our laurels. We think we've done a great job. We've got to do that job tomorrow. And we've got to continue doing that job to make sure that we are always on top of both the threats that may be inside of this technology waiting to happen, but also more importantly, the exciting promise of some of the things that we'll be able to do. And really quickly, I just wanted to echo and agree with Krysta. I think that data quality and data hygiene is going to be so important as we go forward. And who is better placed to understand the importance of data than our e-discovery folks? You have a really important part to play.
Thanks, Carolyn. What do you think, Krysta?
Yeah, I think I say data hygiene probably 10 times a week. So I'm glad to hear Carolyn saying the same thing. But in terms of risks, there's really two that I think kind of quote unquote keep me up at night. And one is just making sure that the AI that we're using is not biased. So that's a really big one. That's kind of a little bit of a buzzword when we're talking about generative AI, but it's a really important one. And that can be, making sure that really the model is unbiased in terms of geography, race, religion, gender, etc. It's really important to consider when applying AI models to data. The other thing really is just making sure that we have the right practitioners administering AI-powered tools. These tools are designed to be very, very easy to use, but you really need a strong team of folks who understand the nuance to successfully support it. If not, you really could introduce a lot of risk into your practice without really even knowing it. So just having the right folks administering it is going to be really huge.
Thank you both for sharing these really key insights about artificial intelligence and how it intersects with e-discovery in light of today's World e-Discovery Day. So again, thank you so much. And that's this edition of K&L Gates e-Discovery Exchange.